Breaking the wall to science in rural communities in Chile. Oscar Contreras-Villarroel, ConCiencia Mobile Labs, Chile.
So good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And I wanted to tell you a little bit a story. I really like to travel, and I'm from the middle of Chile in Santiago. But Chile is really long. So we have a lot of interesting challenges, particularly there's a huge gap between rural versus urban schools, because particularly all of the communities are really isolated, and usually they lack and have poor connectivity. In these schools, there are more than 275,000 students that attend each day to those classes. Sometimes they have to walk for hours to get to the schools or have to take different means of transportation. But also there is another huge barrier that we need to tackle is the lack of teacher training in STEM education, particularly those schools that could be from 25 to 200 students are from multi-level, and you have one teacher that is in charge of all of the day-to-day classes, not only science, but also language, math, or anything they have to handle. Sometimes they have to do the cleaning as well. So in 2012, we created the ConCiencia Mobile Lab program, in which we transform a bus into a fully equipped laboratory in which we can have hands-on experience with our students. And then we started creating different labs, a trailer that was put in the Magallanes region down in Chile. But also in 2019, we partnered with the Giant Magellan Telescope organization, which is a huge telescope that's been built in Chile. So we can able to transport with the marvels of the universe to kids all throughout the country. Usually the telescopes are up in the north of the country, and now we actually are able to take them to the south. We stay for around 1 to 2 weeks in each of the schools. So we have a co-creation process between the teachers, so we can understand the needs of what they're actually are doing in their teacher training at the moment. So we design specific activities to do that. Because of the coronavirus, we actually had to change our experience because we were not able to go there. So we created 12 flipped class online classes aligned with the national curriculum, and we sent to the house of each of the students kits with the materials and connectivity chips so they can actually get online to participate in the workshop through the foundation run. After 9 years, we have realized that we don't only have an impact on the schools that we attend, but also on the entire community. So we have this big bus that gets to the small town. So of course there is a change. Parents, teachers, they always ask, what is this? We have very interesting designs of the mobile labs as well. So we also understood that we spark curiosity on all of the people that live on the region, and also some of them have never seen how science is made. So we are able to get there into the buses and ask questions and have actually hands-on experience. We have been able to visit all of the 16 regions of the country, up through the desert in the Atacama region, in the frontiers with Peru and Bolivia, down to the Navarino Island in Tierra del Fuego. We have been able to work with more than 2,000 teachers, also visiting more than 350 schools throughout these 9 years. And we have been able to actually travel, the team has traveled more than 75,000 kilometers throughout these 9 years, which is a long distance to actually cover. And as you can see, Chile is a very long country. So what we've learned is that we don't only need to focus on the school, the teachers, and the students, but also on the entire community that lives there. So we have to have an extensive experience. But the most important thing is we need to understand the local needs, their culture. As you saw in some pictures, we've also been in the Eastern Island, so we need to understand actually how what are their approaches to science, how we can take that, so we can actually help them make sense of what science can do in their day-to-day life. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Oscar. Another community inspiring project. And I think it's time now for questions. Are we ready, Oscar? Great. Let's see if anyone has any questions for Oscar here. Do you have any questions? Yes, please. Yeah.
Well done, thank you. I have a question on the structure. Can you tell us who is involved in making it all happen? So who is establishing your institution, who is funding, a bit on how you manage the whole process. Thank you.
So EcoScience is a private philanthropic foundation. So this is a program that we run. We do have a team of teachers that travel in the labs. And we have also a technical team that sets up all of the maintenance, mechanical things. And we have private partnerships as well with different companies that help us get through, and we sometimes get public funding from local schools as well.
Great. So, any questions? Any more questions? Come on. Yeah, we have another one.
Yeah, thank you very much for a nice presentation. I mean, it's as you said, mentioned far away, or the villages and so on. What have you thought about scaling your approach? Yeah.
I think what we realized at the moment is that we started scaling with mobile labs. So they're actually located in different regions of the country. So we have one that attends the north, one other that is in the south. So I think that's the approach we've taken. We're hoping we can work with other communities, maybe in other countries as well. But I think that's the model, because we've realized we need to actually be in the town or the villages to actually have the change that we are hoping to get.
Great. So I reckon we have another questions from one of our juries here. Yeah, let's have another question.
Thank you very much. How are the local scientists in Chile involved in your project?
We have, for example, that partnership with the GMT, the Giant Magellan Telescope. So when we create the specific educational activities, we usually partner with a research center that helps us get through that activity, or if we have a specific topic that we want or the school requires, that's our involvement with them.
Great. So I think we still have time to one more question from our audience here. Yeah.
What has been one of the most successful science lessons or projects that you've done?
Oh, I think that rather than focus on topic, is that we understood, like in the third year, that we needed to ask the teachers what the topics that we're actually seeing at the school at the moment. So those were the ones that actually had more impact, rather than we bring any specific activity to them and say, oh, let's marvel with the universe. Actually, they require something different.
Yeah, we can actually have one last question from our only online jury. So,
you mentioned the opportunity, the importance of engaging local stakeholders in the process. Can you explain us how you came to this deduction, and what unique strategies did you use to enhance engagement?
The strategy for what, sorry?
The importance of engaging local stakeholders in the process. How did you come up to that conclusion, and what strategies did you employ?
Oh, okay. So we realized specifically when we visited the school, and we saw the change in the parents and sometimes the local mayor. So that's how we understood that we needed to have local partners at that level, and actually to keep a continuity of visiting the schools and establishing some teacher training for them afterwards.
Great, thank you very much, Oscar. This is from America to Chile, and let's see our next science engagers back. First, massive round of applause. Thank you.